White taking the place of the advertised Brad Lally, who, as far as can be ascertained, was indisposed. The fight took place much earlier than the title bout, and certainly before the crowd had arrived. This was of little concern to Christie. At least he was on a big fight bill and in Las Vegas.
Well, what a strange scene for Errol Christie. In the afternoon here in Vegas, in a deserted stadium with the main fight still a long time away, Errol Christie faces Stan White. Christie in the light trunks, White in the blue trunks. And Christie has immediately nailed him with a right hand. Fight number 13 for this very, very promising unbeaten middleweight. He's had a lot of quick finishes, and surely he'll be looking for a quick finish here against this fellow Stan White, who might just be stepping out of his class. Christie's so relaxed. I saw him before the weigh-in this morning. He asked me who he was fighting. Another good left hand going in from Christie, who's been working out here in America for the last couple of months or so. That's a great right hand from Christie, and White is already in severe trouble in this opening round. Great right hand from Christie, and White holding on. Christie really showing punching power of a totally different dimension than his opponent. Good uppercut too. As we suspected, it's really a question of how long Stan White can last against punching power of terrific quality. Last 25 seconds. It's been a good round for Christie, making his Las Vegas debut. Scored in America a couple of times, though. And a very, very hard one indeed for White. Good shots from Christie. Good overhand right, too, and White holds on at the end of the round. Well, there you see this very strange scene, all the empty seats. Just a couple of hundred people inside this arena. Everyone very warm indeed. Most of the crowd here, officials. There's a good line going in from Christie, and you saw White really wobbled, and Christie scoring to the head and to the body, switching his punches well. Second round then, and Errol Christie looks to be heading for another quick-fire win in his 13th professional fight. Christie will be 21 later this month. Really getting down to work. Left hand, that's such a good punch from Christie. Already Stan White's face very puffed. Light on his feet. Varying his punches. He's got White cut around the left eye, and that's no surprise, really. Halfway through, second round. Christie's slipping punches well, scoring with either hand. Relaxed, picking his punches, good combinations. Handing out a boxing lesson to a fellow who's fully 6 years older. Been around a fair time. Is meeting a really classy fighter in Errol Christie. The same really, Christie opening up with a left and then bringing over that big right, and once again Stan White blinks, bemused, and steps back. Christie. Losing seconds, round two. Christie takes a bit of a breather, and who can blame him? 95 degrees here in Vegas. No air at all in this ring. There's Stan White flopping onto his stool. Cut round the eye, bruised up round the face. very strange arena. Errol Christie, all those empty seats, he won't be used to that. Third round. And now I think it's a question of Christie, having dominated the first 2 rounds, will surely be looking for the kill here to extend his unbeaten career. Finding it hard now to get opposition, Britain and Europe. Christie. Good left hands going in again, cutting through White's guard, and again White's head is jolted back, and is Christie going to finish it here in the third? White looking very unsteady, his mouth's open, he's hurt and cut too. Legs have wobbled a couple of times, Stan White, and Christie is continuing to use his head as a punch bag. It's all right saying Stan White might not be the greatest caliber of an opponent, but Christie can do no more than outbox and dominate and win his fights convincingly, as he's doing here once again in the burning heat of Las Vegas, right in the middle of the Nevada desert. Right combinations from Christie, so loose and relaxed, comes so easily to him. Good right hand over the top. Again White on the retreat. He's shipping a lot of punishment. Looks a bit dazed, White, now in the corner. It's second half of the third round. He's been fighting in bursts and might just be needing to take a breather in this heat. He looks totally untroubled. Starting to really feel those punches now is Stan White. The American press corps over here who've been asking, have you got any decent fighters over in Britain? Well, those of them who are here to see Errol Christie surely know he got one of the brightest prospects around. It's getting a bit samey. Christie miles ahead on points, it goes without saying, doing all the scoring, all the attacking. Again, the left straight into the face, followed up by the overhand right. And give White a bit of credit for coming back towards the end of the round. But no question that Errol Christie is continuing to extend his reputation here in the open air, in the car park in Caesar's Palace. Just looking at Stan White right above us, he wobbled around a bit, wasn't too sure where the stool was. Round 4, Errol Christie wearing the yellow colours of the Kronk Gymnasium in Detroit, where he's been working under Emmanuel Stewart, been sparring with Thomas Hearns. He's saying how much he's been coming on and learning as a fighter. In the first 3 rounds, he has given Stan White a very, very uncomfortable time indeed. He's got to be careful, Christie. He occasionally gets a little bit overconfident and gets caught. Remember against Joel Bonataz, he was tagged a couple of times. And White with very clumsy overhand rights. Got too close for Christie's comfort there. When you think he's just 20 years of age still. Kicks his punches so cleanly, is so accurate. Either hand, light on his feet, with a terrific dig as well. On all those records as an amateur that put him in the Guinness Book of Records. And now Errol Christie is launching himself on a professional career that could take him all the way to the top.
That's your head, come on, break it up.
White is holding on. He's a brave fighter. He's being outboxed totally. And White, well, he'll be happy to survive the 4th. Well, he'll be quite so happy to go out again for the 5th. Is another question altogether. Worth emphasising that these men are performing in temperatures close to 100 degrees. And as we come to the end of the fourth, Errol Christie continues to be in total charge. Stan White saying he's okay as referee Joey Curtis checks with him. Well, he might be okay if he's taken a terrible battering for 4 rounds and is looking very weary indeed. Scheduled for 10. Don't forget he's never been beyond 6. Club fighter, really. He's having a very, very severe examination today. Round 5, scheduled 10-rounder. Errol Christie has dominated so far against Stan White. Referee has just checked to see if White wants to carry on. His cut has been used as a punching bag, really, by Christie. He's quite a game lad, Stan White. Oh, stopped a good short left as he came in with some wild swinging punches, really. Christie stepped back and picked him off as he came in. Another good combination from Christie. Cut worsening around White's left eye. I think perhaps back in Britain by now, they might have called it a day on this one. They believe in letting things go rather longer over here. But he's really struggling now, White, and Christie light on his feet, dominating overhand right. And I think that he's taken the doctor in there, his referee. There's the referee, and that's it. I think the doctor has said that's it. Referee Joey Curtis sends White back to his corner. Errol Christie puts a comforting arm around him. Another very good performance from Errol Christie. 13 on the trot now. This is where they decided it was enough. And really, Christie had been rocking Stan White almost the whole fight. And you couldn't argue at all with that decision here in Las Vegas. Errol, what have you really been learning over here in America in the last couple of months or so?
I'll tell you, the learning, I can't really put an answer to it, really, because it's just been great. Every time we get a chance to come, we come. We don't have to think twice about coming over here, because the learning is great. Like Emmanuel looking after us, these trainers who are great trainers. You know, I knew I was in for a tough fight as well, because the boy that I just fought, he was trained by one of Emmanuel's trainers. And if you've been trained by one of Emmanuel's trainers, you know you're in for a tough fight.
But there might be people back in Britain who would like to see you further extended than perhaps you were here in Las Vegas. What would you say to them?
Well, you know, I'm looking forward to go 10 rounds, you know. I mean, with Emmanuel and Bert on my side, you know, I just can't go wrong.